Hey, come a little closer. Something scary's coming. No, this is not a video on Halloween prep. This is all about long-term storage fees. Too soon? Too late. If you're not thinking about long-term storage fees now, you're going to be in a world of trouble come the middle of August. Coming up next. Hey everybody, it's Manny with Manny's Book Bag, and I'm back with another video. Now, before I dive too deep into this video, it's a very heavy topic with a lot to cover. I just want to let y'all know this is the last video that I'm going to be posting in real time for about a month. Tomorrow I'm leaving for a vacation and I'm going to be gone until the 23rd of June. So what I'm doing now is I'm finishing up editing on a couple of other videos that are going to drop on a scheduled time while I'm away. That way you've still got some good content while I'm out overseas acting a fool. So today's topic is all about long-term storage fees. Hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to have all the information that you need so that you can prepare for the season. Now, we just started the month of June, and long-term storage fees are not due to hit us again until August the 15th. The reason why I'm making this video so early is because I want you to be extra prepared, because in about a month or so, people in the groups are going to be talking like crazy about what it is they need to do to make sure they don't lose their butts in August. I also want to talk to the new sellers. If you started selling after February the 15th and none of your inventory was received by Amazon until after that date, you're not going to pay any long-term storage fees this go around. The first time that you're actually going to pay any fees for long-term storage are not going to be until February the 15th of 2018. So this for you should be simply educational and getting ahead of the game so that you don't get caught by surprise. Now let me give you a little bit of history on this. For booksellers, being worried about long-term storage fees is a very new thing. The rule used to be that if you had only one in stock of a particular ASIN, that particular ASIN would be exempt from any long-term storage fees. And you best believe booksellers took full advantage of that. We filled up their warehouses with all kinds of books that were either never going to sell or were long shots to sell. And the result was that Amazon got tired of being in the storage business and removed the ASIN exemption for booksellers. So all of a sudden, booksellers actually had to look at their inventory and make a decision on whether or not a book was going to be worth keeping in stock. Now, I would like to point you in the direction of a couple of tools that I use to help guide me in the decision-making process. That's one of the things that Amazon has done a pretty decent job of. They have given us a couple of tools and a couple of reports that we can use to help us figure out if items are worth keeping. Now, one of the things that I do is I navigate in Seller Central to the Inventory tab, and I go down to Inventory Planning. Now, in inventory planning, there's a bunch of inventory reports, but usually the first thing that I look at when I get into the inventory dashboard is on the bottom left, and that's just a rough breakdown. It's a graph that breaks your inventory down by age, from 0 to 90 days, 90 days to 6 months, 6 to 9 months, and then 9 months to a year, and then over a year. I was personally very surprised to see that for as much active repricing I do using a repricer, I still had about a third of my inventory over the 6-month threshold. Now that feels like quite a bit to me, but you're still going to have a certain number of books that just tank on you. So I go there first, but then there's also the inventory age report. At the top of the inventory dashboard, you're going to see a series of reports, and next to the tab for excess inventory, there's going to be a tab for inventory age. When you click on the inventory age report, you're going to see all of your inventory, and it's broken down by the age, which is sortable. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to sort by 365 days or above first, and it shows you everything that you've got in stock. It shows you your price, what the current lowest price is. It gives you the opportunity to match or price right there on the screen, and you can save those changes. The best part about this report is that it gives you a rough estimate about what your long-term storage fees are expected to be for that particular item. Now, it's not always the most accurate. It goes up and down, but it is a great guide, and it allows you to make pricing decisions at the same time as seeing what the long-term storage fees should look like. Now, when it comes to making decisions on long-term storage fees and which books to keep and which books to remove, I have a very specific strategy that I'm going to share with you that actually served me really well in February. Now, generally at the 6-month level, a book that is going to pay out $5 is generally going to stay in my inventory unless the rank is super high. And as the rank goes up, 3, 5, 7 million, the payout would need to be substantially higher for me to consider keeping the book in my inventory. At the 12-month level, the book is going to need to generate about $10 in order to keep its profitability. So I use that as a rule of thumb and then move that scale upward as the sales rank also goes up. Now, I do everything in my power to make absolutely sure that the book sells so that I don't have to worry about the removal. But here's how I handle those removals. There are 2 types of removals. You can choose to have Amazon destroy your inventory, which generally means Amazon's going to take it and sell it off as Amazon warehouse deals, or they're going to sell it off in bulk to other sellers. That's going to cost you 15 cents. For 50 cents, which is still a bargain, you can actually have the item returned to you. If I can't get a book to sell about 3 weeks before the long-term storage fees hit, that's when I sit down and I do all of my final removals. You can do your removals up until the day before long-term storage fees are scheduled to be charged. But I give 3 weeks because I like for Amazon to actually complete all the removals before the fees hit. This is going to prevent any fees hitting your account in error. It's going to prevent any mistakes that Amazon makes. If mistakes are made, Amazon is going to reimburse you. I just don't like having to do the follow-up and going back and forth and losing that money in the payout in the first place while Amazon figures out that they made a goof. Also, I don't have very many books returned to me. I generally will just do the 15-cent destroy. I know that some folks like to have the books returned to you because it means that, Amazon can not find it and actually reimburse you for the item altogether. That's fantastic. But I don't like them returned to me because of the extra cost, and also because, let's face it, Amazon's not going to take care of your items the way that they take care of a buyer receiving a product. Many of us have experienced Amazon shipping stuff back to us without any real care, in oversized boxes with no padding. Your items come back and a lot of times they're generally destroyed, which of course you can contact Amazon and they will reimburse you for those items that they wreck, but it's just not worth the time that it takes. By choosing to have the item destroyed, I just don't have to follow up with books being sent back to me, and destruction only being 15 cents a piece, I can remove 100 books for $15. It just doesn't get more economical than that. It is definitely the cheapest way out, and think about how much that $15 is going to save you as far as long-term storage fees. It works really good for me. Give it a shot. But here's the question of the day. How do you folks tackle long-term storage fees, and what's your criteria for keeping a book in your inventory versus having it removed? Put in your comments down below. I'm looking forward to reading what your different strategies are with this. And that's all for today's video, folks. Do remember, I will be away for a few weeks. I'll catch up with your comments and questions when I do get back. If you like this video and you want to see me make more of them, please remember to share, like, and subscribe to support the channel. If you haven't liked this video yet, please smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, tap on that book bag up there in the corner. And while you're in there, tap on that bell. That's going to set you up with notifications so that you know when new videos drop. Till next time, let's go make some money.